Good evening, I'm Dave.
Revo.
And this is the
Jafa Show.
Jafa Show. Now, I think it's pretty timely, boss, but we've got a bone to pick, haven't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, what is that bone we're picking, boss?
Kiwi bashing.
Kiwi bashing?
Mm-hmm.
Because where are we?
I'm Jafa.
You're a Jafa? And if you don't know what a Jafa is, it's just another
Freshie.
Aucklander.
Yes, that's it.
So we're Kiwis and we're living in Australia now, and there are some things that we're not too happy about. Let's cover them, boss. What are these things?
Generally, Kiwi bashing at the moment being highlighted in a lot of the Australian media.
Yeah.
I just think it's pretty unfair, to be honest. Some of the statistics that contrary to a lot of the statistics that are readily available out there, and you can easily access it on a few reliable websites that we're going to put up anyway. Yeah.
Like the one that we're reading off now.
Yeah.
Have a quick look at that symbol. You
yeah.
might be familiar with it.
Yeah, for sure. The ones that I don't like in particular are referring to us as dog bludgers.
That was one of the things that kind of feel going to do a couple of about 3 or 4 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Exactly.
That was the initial intention anyway.
Yes,
but the show came out a bit differently after the Kiwis gave a bit of an uproar. I want to bring it closer to home because both you and me, we're coconuts.
Exactly.
And if we were to go back in 2001 with the Howard government, do you think, I mean, it seems pretty obvious for the Kiwis anyway, that New Zealand being the back door for islanders to get into Australia, there was a bit of a wave going on, and it became a frequent import of all these islanders coming from New Zealand. And it seems like, and because New Zealand gave the amnesty for overstayers to now stay in New Zealand, it seems like the Australian government started shaking and saying, "No, we've got to stop these Pacific Islanders from coming into Australia." Do you think that's a fair comment, or do you think I'm just being a bit of a conspiracy theorist there?
Okay, they've given us Kiwis free access to come into the country. You know, free movement. Travelling between the two Trans-Tasman partners. And which is really good, you know. It's a sign, it's a really good sign of that Anzac type relationship, Australia and between Australia and New Zealand. Yet, in doing so, they put these hurdles, and that's where the problem is.
Yeah,
you know, and there's a misconception in the media here that we're only here for one thing, and that's to have access to the dole, and that's wrong. You know. The media, they need to shoot themselves in the foot sometimes, you know. And come on, really, I just think it's just bad reporting.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Very bad reporting and very misleading, because it just builds up the negative that's already there, say towards Kiwis coming over here, and that's where the problem is, because we already know this. You know, everyone, certain. Members within the Australian community have that mindset about Kiwis. They've already prejudged us.
Yeah.
And the media is not helping. The media is not helping at all. All they're doing is fueling that misconception.
That's right.
That we're
making
all,
it worse.
That's it. They're just fueling it.
You mentioned before about taking a bit of responsibility, with our actions and things like that. And I think the misconception comes to even years ago, before 2001, there were Kiwis that I heard stories that literally jumped off a plane, had no bag, came with their shorts and their flannel shirt, from Palmerston North, and they literally came off the plane. Officer asked him, what's the story with you? Where you going? He said, my brother lives here, and I'll get the doll. And the next day they're on the doll. So you could see that type of history would have created this perception too.
That's it.
And it seems like the domino effect, unfortunately, for the Pacific Islanders that have come, one big wave.
That's it.
We've been stamped with the same thing.
Exactly.
And then we've had all these unfortunate circumstances where, like you said, the media puts a magnifying glass over storm in a teacup.
But do you blame them? Do you blame the media in doing that? The Pacific Island people in general need to take a good look at themselves. And we've been in New Zealand. We live and breathe it. We know what it's like. We've seen the types of gangs that they, all these wannabe gang bangers that they generate up in New Zealand. The crimes that Pacific Island people get into. Do you blame them when we get tagged as being troublemakers, dog bludgers, lazy, unskilled, unemployable?
Well, it's like they're going through the motions of what New Zealand went through years ago, isn't it?
Exactly. That's exactly what's happening to Australia right now. I think they're going through that transition. Whereas New Zealand, I'd say New Zealand's a good 20 years ahead of that transition. I've got a Kiwi Australian partner. My Australian partner, when I just mention Samoan to them, she always goes, just angry people.
Just angry people.
That's it.
Okay, and this perception probably came because of the media, right?
That's it.
Because if we draw back to 2011, I believe, or 2010, God bless his soul, Richard Saunders.
That's it.
Do you remember that incident in Woodridge?
That's it.
Which is where I live at the moment. And he died, Aboriginal man, at the hands of young island kids.
That's it.
And did you see what happened in the media?
Of course.
After that?
Yes.
So there were people that had never heard of us before.
That's it.
And the first impression they get of us is that we're street gangs, we're thugs, and we walk around wanting to beat people up.
That's it. But we're not.
No.
We are a proud Pacific Island people. We have a great heritage, cultural and traditional heritage, and a lot of those values that come through when you're raised as a Pacific Islander is raised through the church.
That's right.
Yeah. Of course, we're going to always have rotten apples within the barrel, and that's the God honest truth. You know what I mean?
That everywhere.
You'll get it in any culture.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as people like to make out that the Kiwis are coming over here and
taking over
and taking all their jobs. Let's get honest. The media over here in Australia need to be honest with themselves. 3%. We only make 3%.
650,000.
That's it.
We
only make 3% of the actual population here in Australia. You can't tell me that 3% of the population in Australia.
I think I'll take up a bit of more percentage.
Oh God! I'll be quite honest with you. Are you kidding me? 3% of the
Australian population.
Total population of Australia.
And they're saying we're taking over.
And they say we're taking over.
And we're taking all their jobs.
Exactly. 3%. You're kidding me. But that's the misconception.
That is.
And when you've got people in the media drumming up all these anti-Kiwi migrants coming over here and just looking for the dole and lazing around and labelling us as no hopers and all that stuff. Well, good on them. That's their opinion.
Yeah.
And they should really have a good look at themselves and ask themselves whether they're prejudiced or borderline racist themselves. And I'll put it out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't have people labelling, especially using the mass media as an avenue to generate or put out your own personal opinion.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just saying, hey, come on. The Australian media needs to get their stats right. Let's put out some good news.
That's it.
Let's put out some good news out there.
Share this video with your friends.
Yeah.
So you don't have to believe the mass media because we're like minority media.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we've had enough of this Kiwi bashing.
Yeah, I'm over the Kiwi bashing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm really over this Kiwi bashing.
But let's just put a disclaimer. It doesn't mean that we're going to get other islanders together and go bash everyone else.
Yeah, no. They only do that back at home.
That's right.
And where did they end up? Paremurem.
Yep.
Paremurem.
In the south.
Maximum security prison.
Always be a warrior.
That's it.
All right. Let's until the next what do you call it? Webisode?
Yeah.
Until the next webisode, we'll see you then.
Yeah.